Welcome into College Corner. Today, getting to my favorite plays in college basketball for Wednesday. Guys, if you missed yesterday's video, getting this out to you around probably Tuesday night here. Don't know the results of Tuesday's picks, but we'll be sure to recap that before we get to Saturday's plays. If you guys are looking for more college basketball plays on top of the three I have, I had about 7 plays on Tuesday night. Just drop me a follow on Twitter. That link will be down below in the description as well. We're live every single day here on the YouTube channel and on our Twitch channel at noon Eastern time for Lines of Lunch. We're talking gambling in college basketball, the NBA, the NHL. So check us out there. Got 3 plays for you guys, all 2 sides and a total. Let's jump into it. First up, heading to the ACC between 2 of the worst teams in the conference. Might not be a game you need to watch, but I do think a game you need to bet on. I like Georgia Tech plus 2.5 on the road at Notre Dame. Now, the Irish did win this matchup in OT back in January, so a little bit of a telling line to see that Georgia Tech loses that game, but still find themselves as a very short underdog in this one. Now, going on the road, but thing is, Notre Dame coming off a big win over Virginia Tech on Saturday, and one of their most efficient offensive performances in all of conference play this season. Listen, this is a team that's one of the worst Power 5 offenses in the country. Now, Georgia Tech isn't some monster offensively themselves, but the Yellow Jackets have an edge here defensively against this Notre Dame team. Notre Dame wants to take a lot of threes. 44% of their shots are from 3. I believe this is inside the top 40 in the country. Meanwhile, we've got a Georgia Tech three-point defense that is very, very good. Their opponents are shooting less than 32% from 3. It's 68th nationally. So a good three-point defense to match up with a high-volume three-point shooting team. I think that's a really good spot here. And the Irish, super, super sloppy. They have one of the highest turnover rates in the country, top 30 in college basketball. So if they are not scoring, they have the propensity to turn the ball over, something Georgia Tech's done a better job of offensively protecting the ball. So we should see a bit of an edge here. Now, with Georgia Tech and their offense, this isn't a team that's super efficient like I mentioned, but better matchup. They're a team that also likes to take a lot of threes, right around 40% of their shots. And Notre Dame not nearly as good defending the 3, right around the middle of the pack, right around the country's average at 176th in the nation. Look, when I get 2 of the worst teams in the conference playing each other and 2 of the worst Power 6 teams in the country, I will happily take the points being given to me. And I think Georgia Tech matches up well here to get a revenge in this revenge spot here on the road. So giving them to cover at plus 2.5. Now we move along to the Big Ten, a matchup between Maryland and Iowa. Maryland at home in this game. They're a 4-point favorite. I'm going to be backing them here to cover as well. Won on the road a few weeks ago at Iowa, so we know they handle this matchup relatively well. And the reason why they handle this matchup so well is because they have one of the best interior defenses in the entire nation. 43.8% their opponents are shooting from 2-point range. That's the 8th best in the country. So this is an Iowa team that takes less than 30% of their shots from 3. All their points are coming around the rim on the interior, and Maryland is built to stop that. And that's what they did in that previous matchup on the road. Now, Iowa defensively, pretty suspect. There's not a lot of things this group does really well, and it should help a Maryland offense that is fairly inefficient. Like, in terms of effective field goal percentage, they're like outside the top 230. This isn't a team that shoots it too well. But what I do like is they also should see some second chance opportunities because Iowa has struggled defending the rim on their own end, defensive rebounding wise, 252nd in defensive rebounding, while Maryland's a top 50 unit offensively. So they should get some second chance points, some putback opportunities to keep this offense a little bit more efficient than what they typically are this season. Now, as well, what I like to look at when I'm talking about this matchup and this Maryland team, they've lost 3 straight here, having lost to Ohio State in overtime, another team that was struggling. They lost 3 straight, and they've lost 2 of their last 3 at home. And listen, College Park has typically been one of the most difficult places to play in college basketball. And I really think in this environment, this is a get-back opportunity for this team at home, coming off of a little bit of a run here of losses. I think it's good reason why they're a 4-point favorite despite their struggles as of late. The matchup's great. They come back home. It's been a place where they've typically dominated and haven't as of late. I think they get back on track here and cover as a short favorite. And finally, heading to the SEC, we've got South Carolina and Auburn in a ranked-on-ranked matchup. South Carolina finally drawing a ranking here heading into this week. The total in this game set pretty low, 138.5, and it fits as one of my favorite systems in college basketball, running into a fast-paced team and a slow-paced team. I love to take the over. So in this game, we have exactly that. South Carolina, 349th in average possession length offensively. Auburn is 43rd. South Carolina, super slow. Auburn, super fast. Now, I think this is a total that you'll probably see a lot of, your square bettors looking to play the over on. It's super low between two ranked teams. That doesn't scare me, though, because this is perfect. Not only do we have this, the discrepancy of these two teams in pace, you also have a South Carolina team that's like a near 10-point dog in this game, and Auburn being at home here. So what I like is when I see the slower paced team being an underdog and on the road, I feel like I typically see that they have to play a fair bit faster to keep up with this pace, and especially if they're trailing. So that will help us in securing this over in this spot. Now, this didn't work a few weeks ago. If you remember, we took the over between Tennessee and South Carolina, and it did not, I think it was 8-9 points under the total. Team shot really inefficient in that game. These are two teams that defensively are good. Like Auburn is one of the best defenses in the country defending the field, like maybe the number 2 or number 1 2-point defense, and then like 25, 26 and 3-point defense. South Carolina is going to take a lot of shots from 3. This is going to be about them making those opportunities, converting those opportunities. But if they don't, offensive glass is a place where they can win, because the Tigers have struggled defending in the defensive rebounding spot opportunities, and South Carolina has been a pretty good offensive rebounding team. So we could see them grab those extra points there. And then as well, you look at this Auburn defense, and they defend the field really well, but they do put opponents at the line a fair bit. Now, South Carolina is not a team attacking the rim and getting the line a ton, but in this particular matchup, I could see that being a little bit different. That's going to help us with this over. If you see these teams getting the bonus early, or you see getting those easier points at the free throw line, that will definitely be beneficial. But Auburn's also a team offensively that likes to get to the line a ton. So if we see both these teams get to the line, get into the bonus, that's going to be huge for us when we're looking to score on this over. That's again, listed at a relatively low number. And no doubt about it, these are two really good defenses. That's why this total is so low, but I think the pace makes up for it. So I'll take the bait here. I'm going to take the over at 138.5. All right, those are my 3 favorite plays in college hoops on Wednesday. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button for me. If you're looking for more college basketball content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll have plenty more for you. Like I said, we'll come on Friday evening with the plays for Saturday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.